Well, hello again, my lovelies. We're back at Hay Lane Air Rifle Range today, and we are doing part 3 of which air rifle should I buy. So today we're going to look at the rifles in more detail, show you a couple of different options that I didn't have on the first video, and just explain a little bit more and address some of the questions that we had in part 1. So if you haven't seen part 1, check that out. That just goes an overview of other things that you need to consider when making an air rifle choice. So this is the Springer that I showed in part 1, and this is a break barrel Springer. So I'll show you how that works. So this is called a Springer rifle. There's different types of Springer rifles, but they're very much similar. You're just charging the spring in different ways. So with this, it's a break barrel Springer. So this is your barrel, and we're going to break the barrel like that, which is now charged the spring inside. So that's where the power comes from for your pellet to go out of the end of the barrel. So I'm just going to pop a pellet in there. I'll just show you. So the pellet goes there, that little hole. We pop the barrel back up, and when we pull the trigger, that spring's going to now go forward, and your pellet's going to come out of the end of the barrel. So it's single shot, and each time we're just going to do that action. Pop another pellet in, pop it back up, and we're ready to take another shot again. Just going to fire that one off. So that you can do as many shots as you like. You don't need air refills, you don't need anything else with it. You just need the rifle, a tin of pellets, and you're good to go. If you don't want to use a scope, you don't have to. Springer rifles, gas rams, they all come with open sights. So that is the sight there that you can see, and at the end, sorry, if you can see there, you just line those up. So I started using this with iron sights, with the open sights that are on the rifle. So you can do that if you're just using it for a little backyard plinking at about 10 yards, 20 yards. You'd be good to go with that without the scope. I did get a lot of comments about different types of springers. So it's still a spring inside the rifle, but you cock it in a different way. So instead of breaking the barrel, we've got underlevers and side levers. One of our members came in today with an underlever, so I've managed to get him to show you guys how that works. So this is an underlever rifle, and we've had a visitor in today, Carl, who's happy for us to show you how this one works. So Carl, if you want to let us know how this works compared to the break barrel.
Okay. So basically there's a catch you slide under here to release the arm. You pull down until it clicks. It's locked into place by an anti-bear trap. You take your pellet. In this case it's a 2-2. You place your pellet into the breech like so, holding on to the arm, the cocking arm. There's a release lever that allows you to put the lever back into place, like so. Take the safety off, it's an automatic safety. Aim down your sight and fire. And luckily I hit that. So, once again, release, pull it down until it clicks. That can't move and the door shouldn't move, but you've got to keep hold of that just in case there's a failure and you could trap your finger. So make sure you hold on to that. Take your pellet, it fits straight into the breech like so.
And where's the release for that to pop back up? The
release on this one is at the back. You push it forwards, then it releases, right, okay, and let go. Pick it back into place. Automatic safety. The safety is on the trigger, just in front of the trigger. This one, you pull it backwards, and then it's in fire position.
And you're ready to shoot again.
And you're ready to shoot again.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Carl.
Very much. Okay, that's it.
So as you can see there, that's still a Springer, and whether you're breaking the barrel, bringing it down, grabbing a lever underneath, underlever, pulling it down, or you've got a side lever, so you're pulling a lever across, it's still the same principle. It's got a spring inside, and that's you're charging the spring, and that's what's forcing the pellet out of the end of the rifle. So this is the gas ram, and the gas rams are very similar, apart from there's not a spring inside. It's a gas ram. With this is a break barrel one, so we're going to break the barrel. Very, very similar. Pop my pellet in. My hands are cold, sorry. And then we're going to pop it back up. And when we're ready, take the shot. Now, these ones, there's been a few arguments online about them, saying they still kick back. They still do move a little bit because you still have a moving thing inside, but nothing like the Springers. I'll just fire that one off. It's a lot smoother. Some people don't like them. Some people love them. Everybody, it's each to their own, so it's whatever you like. Just give each one a go if you fancy it. We, as a range, do let you try different rifles. So if you want to come along, try some different ones first, and decide what you want to do and which kind of rifle you want to go for. But yeah, they're very much similar. If you have any issues with neck, shoulder, elbow, arms, problem with actually being able to break the barrels, pull the levers, and doing that between each shot, then I don't recommend you get either a Springer or a gas ram. So this is an example of a PCP rifle. This one's a bolt action. You can get side levers and different ones, so they're not all the same, but I'll show you this one. It's called a PCP, which just means pre-charged pneumatic, and that just means you've got this air cylinder. So we fill that air cylinder with air, and then you're not having to have a workout like you do with the Springers or gas rams. So depending on how big your cylinder is on your rifle will depend on how many shots you will be able to do before refilling this tank back up. This is what we use to refill. So a lot of people call them a dive bottle. This one is actually a gun cylinder. If you go to a dive shop to get them refilled up, they will say it's a gun cylinder, not a dive bottle. The main difference with that is a dive bottle wouldn't be in a full piece like that. You would just get your tap at the top, and then there'll be a hole with the gauge and stuff screwed in, whereas this is all one piece. So we've got it as a one piece, which means that is a gun cylinder. The main differences with the gun cylinder is that that will fill up to 300 bar. The dive bottles will only fill to 230. Dive bottles, you need to have them retested every 3 years. Gun cylinder every 5 years. So what we do is we've got this whip connected, and we've got our filling probe. Every PCP rifle will come with a filling probe, and that will go into your cylinder on your rifle, and you'll fill that up. So I do recommend, if you get, this is a best fittings quick release adapter, and it just means that you can take your filling probe off instead of having it screwed into the end there. You can get a kit online, and it's not expensive. It's about £12 to get that. Also then, if you've got any friends that are also shooting, they can use your bottle, and you can just all use the same one with the different filling probes that you get. So that's the filling probe there. If you don't have a gun cylinder, you can always get some air at your local range. Most ranges provide that either free or for something like £1 a fill. So, or you can get a foot pump. Now, this foot pump doesn't have the stirrup things at the bottom there for you to actually put your feet in. Sorry, this is just one that somebody's left here at the range. And this is the handle, so you just pull the handle up and pump your rifle up with that. So as you can see, you've got your gauge and your whip, the end there to connect to your filling probe. It's a pretty good workout if you're brave enough to get one of those. I'd suggest don't let your rifle get too low, because the lower it is, the harder it is to actually get it filled back up again. So the PCP rifle has nothing moving inside to force that pellet out of the end of your barrel, because you've got that air tank. So this one is a bolt action. So we lift the bolt up, we pull it back, we push it back in, and all that does is rotate the magazine that you've put in and pushes a pellet into the chamber ready to fire. Some of the rifles, as I said, have a side lever, so there'll be a lever on the side. You just pull that across and push it back forward again. So this is a CO2 rifle. Adam's going to show us this now. How does this operate, Adam?
So with the CO2 bulbs, we need to unscrew this bulb holder here, which has the longest threading in the world. Go. With this rifle, we want to puncture that little seal on top there, so we drop one in that way. Do it carefully. And then this also, in this top of this cap, has another little piercing point there, so this bulb goes in the opposite way around, like so. Then all we simply do is tighten this up. Gets to a point where it starts hissing and we've got to tighten quickly. So just start to firm up now. So we might hear a slight hiss and a release of air. There we go. So now should so it's now charged up. Put the pellet in the breech there, pop it in, and then we just shoot the rifle off like so.
Thank you. Right then, my lovelies, so they are the main different types of rifles. So which one are you thinking of buying? Now, it's a really exciting time getting your first rifle, and it really doesn't matter which one that you get, as long as you're having fun. That is what shooting is all about. So have a little look at what's about. If you're not quite sure and you want to have a try of different ones, some gun shops will let you try them. Or rifle ranges, give your local rifle range a call and just see if it's possible for you to come along and have a little go on some different rifles that are available, so you can see what it's like. The main thing is that if you're deciding to buy a rifle, get something that's right for you. I'm not recommending particular rifles on this video because it's a completely personal thing. So it's like this rifle. Someone said that they were absolutely rubbish and they had to take it back after 3 weeks. I've had this rifle now for 6 years and I've had no problems with it whatsoever. It's been really good plinking fun and yeah, fantastic. So just because one person's had an experience of something doesn't mean you're going to have the same experience, and it might not have been a good fit for them, but it might be a good fit for you. So if you're not sure about a particular rifle, I suggest that you look up some videos on YouTube, such as Andy's Airgun Reviews. AAR is absolutely fantastic for an unbiased review. So take that into consideration. Unbiased review. Thank you very much for watching, and we will be doing a video on scopes and just explaining those in a little bit more detail on which scope should you buy and what are the differences between the scopes. I will be getting Adam to help me out with that one. In the meantime, if there's something that you'd like us to do a video on, please do let us know in the comments below. Bye bye for now.